once heard a story about a family. I believe this was a story from America, possibly Canada though. I'm pretty sure it involved ice hockey, so I'm guessing it's one of those countries. And it was a story that really touched my heart. Now, in this story, there's mum, dad, and a couple of kids in the family. In fact, I think there were 3 kids. Yes, indeed, 3 kids. And dad really wasn't a fan of Christmas. He really wasn't a fan of Christmas. He just thought the whole thing was a whole lot of commercialism, all about making sales and giving things that were meaningless and that just ended up in the bottom drawer. And he really thought the whole thing was really quite nuts. And so it was kind of interesting because there was one year where Christmas kind of changed for him, and in a really, really neat way. Now what happened was that there was one day mum took the kids to their ice hockey game, and they were playing against a team from their city that was from a poor neighbourhood. And this team, a bunch of gutsy kids out there having fun, but really lacking the gear. The goalie didn't have the protective equipment, the sticks were all falling apart, like the whole lot, they were using really poor equipment, unprotected in some cases, and really not good. And mum looked at that, and then she looked at her own children's team, where they had all the gear, they had all the equipment, they had everything they needed, and an idea came to her. And so, come Christmas Day, there's an envelope in the tree with Dad's name on it. And that was Mum's present to Dad. And so what happened is they did all of their other presents. They opened everything up. The kids opened up their balls and their dolls and their Lego and all of that sort of stuff. And then right at the end, Mum pulled out the card from the tree and handed it to Dad. Now Dad opened up the card and he started reading. And as he read, the most fabulous smile came across his face. Now what Mum had done is, as Dad's Christmas present, she'd gone out and she had bought all the necessary equipment for that team that those kids had played to be able to go out there, have great equipment, and be able to really play the game and be protected in the way they needed to be. Now Dad thought this was absolutely amazing. He thought this was the best gift in the world, and this became a family tradition that every year there'd be an envelope in the tree, and every year Mum will have found something really, really cool to do in Dad's name as Dad's Christmas present. Now this tradition was carried on for years. Every year another card, every year another really cool gift for Dad. And then came a time where very, very sadly Mum died. Now that year, of course, Christmas was pretty tough. That was their first Christmas without Mum, and this obviously wasn't a great thing. It was a very, very challenging time for them. But come Christmas Day, something really, really cool happened. And by this stage, the kids were all kind of grown up. They were all adults themselves. And what happened is, come Christmas Day, there were 3 cards in the tree for Dad. And so they opened up all of their other presents, and then at the end, Dad got given his cards, one from each of the kids who had each gone out and continued Mum's tradition of finding something really amazing to get for Dad by helping somebody out in the community. And so the tradition continued, and hopefully continues even today. I think it's a really, really beautiful story, and so if you know somebody who really hates the commercialism of Christmas, maybe this is a pretty cool idea.